So on a scale of 0 to 10, where 0 is not confident at all and 10 is absolutely confident and this will absolutely happen, what number would you give yourself? And what makes you say a 5 and not a 3? Scaling questions. Use scaling to your advantage to elicit someone's strengths, to build their motivation, and to get to a plan more quickly. Let's see how we do this. Basically, scaling questions are a way to, 1, put the person in the driver's seat of the conversation, and 2, get some really useful information about their motivation to change. And as an added bonus, you'll also draw out someone's beliefs and strengths. So, you know what that means? It's affirmation time. You can number a scaling question however you want to. Personally, I love 0 to 10 scales. However, if you've got someone who you think might answer a 0 to your 0 to 10 scale, you might want to use something like 0 to 100. Tip: the person will be giving you a number. Don't worry if it's low. The number they give doesn't really matter as much as what you say after it. Let's imagine you've been talking to somebody about a plan and they've just said, yeah, great, let's go ahead with this plan. What do you do next? So here's what you say next. On a scale of 0 to 10, where 0 is not going to do this at all, and 10 is absolutely 100% will do this plan, how confident are you? Let's imagine the person says 4. Next, you say, what makes you a 4 and not a 2? Let's imagine the person says 5. Next, you say, what makes you a 5 and not a 3? You go 2 numbers lower. If the person gives a 1, go 1 number lower to 0. So at this point, you can expand on what they've said. If they've said 5 and you've said, why are you not a 3? And they've given you some reasons as to why they're a 3. Expand on it, ask some more questions about it, reflect it back to them, and maybe even offer them an affirmation. Next, say, what would have to happen to make you a 6 or a 7? They'll then give you some extra information or a plan of what you need to do next. Don't say, how do we get you to a 10? That's too much, too soon for the person. Okay, hold up. So you might also want to use scaling questions, not just for confidence, but also for importance and how important this change is for the person, especially when you're in the focusing process. Let's say you've decided on a topic that you want to cover with the person, and this is you checking in to see whether or not it's important for them. So you'd say, on a scale of 0 to 10, where 0 is not important at all, and 10 is the most important that this change could be for you in your life right now, what number would you give yourself? Let's say they've said 4. You might say, well, okay, 4. What makes you a 4 and not a 2? Be careful about going up and asking, what would make this more important for you? Someone could say, well, I'd have to have a major life-threatening event. Or I'd have to leave my family and join the circus. Or something else entirely possible, but incredibly unlikely or unrealistic that won't help them right now. With scaling questions, whether it's confidence, you've gone down and then up, or maybe importance, where you've just gone down, the next thing you do is expand. Expand on what they've told you. Use your questions, your affirmations, reflections, and your summaries.